Of course, now Hennessy with ball in hand, fires early, taken by Lebanon, beautifully read.
No, it was really nice from the Lebanese winger there, but it was a Dylan Hennessy county step in with long ball. So good defence, good attack all around, but great start for Lebanon, although they've just made a mistake coming out of their half. So it looks like it was just an incorrect roll ball. I think Australia have another attack here. And the
Robert Nackler taking that intercept. Of course, he made his debut in the World Cup back in 2007. So 17 years as well for him at the top level here, Robert Nackler. And there's an offside call once more here for Lebanon. So some early pressure on the line now. Marshall King on this left link position. They'll head back to the middle instead. Cridlin, and now out for Hennessy. The dancing feet come out once more. Backtracking here to that 7-metre mark. Away to the middle now for Pete Norman. Still an opportunity here for Australia. Floating over the top is Marshall King. What a ball that is. Right on the spot for Justin Cridlin. But they'll be called back here. Lebanon have done enough defensively.
Yeah, I think that just was called forward. It was a nice pick up by Jordan Marshall King. He looked to hit Lincoln. I think the ball's just gone forward. So a bit of unfortunate for Lebanon, but they now get a roll on there at halfway.
Stanton hopping out of acting half, finding a little pass here for Azzy as they have a nice roll on here, Lebanon. So encouraging signs in the opening exchanges here. Scooped up once more from Azzy, or decent little pass. They nearly opened them up there, Lebanon. So an encouraging set against the line there.
Yeah, so they've driven pretty well there. They've got the subs off, they've got the subs on, and nearly went through that link hole, but Jordan Marshall King just got there.
Now Australia working it away here. Hennessy up towards halfway. A bit of a sloppy play, the ball. And I think they're unlucky there, Lebanon. I thought potentially Hennessy had dragged his own foot through the ruck.
It looked something like that, but the referee didn't see it that way. So it's Australia tap, and they're at halfway already, so they'll have a couple of strikes here.
So early moments of this match here. No score as of yet. Australia have been frighteningly good in the matches they have taken to the field. Just 3 games that they've actually played, 49 tries, and they're looking for number 50 here. The big dummy, and then getting to ground very quickly. Again, a wonderful stop here from Stephen Tachi, who makes it right on the line.
Yeah, lovely defence here from Lebanon. They just get in, get the touch on the shot, and then when they go second phase, they all scramble out, so it's lovely.
Great pace about this set here from Lebanon too. Well and truly into enemy territory now as Bakos brings it forward. Now slow it down momentarily. No, they won't get a chance to do so. They've turned it over here. And now Australia will look to get those reinforcements on the field though. But with some of the scores they've already laid on here, Australia, Lebanon already punching above their weight.
Absolutely. They were a bit unfortunate in their last line. As Hennessy comes into link hole.
I think they might have been interfered there, Lebanon, in trying to catch it, but the initial indiscretion is offside. So Hennessy once more threatening with that long ball, but they're up in to the passing lane pretty much every time here, Lebanon, just trying to shut it down. It's a full force pressing issue, if you will, and Hennessy now with the dancing feet. They drop it down quickly, and another infraction here in the ruck for Lebanon. They've got to be careful now.
Yeah, they've given a couple of penalties away now for the same thing, so they've just got to be careful. Australia are looking for second phase 2 or 3 times, and Lebanon have just held their ground in the 7, which they're allowed to do as long as they don't retreat, so they've done well so far.
So sending it wide now, Australia building once more. Here's some good footwork, popping off here from Jardel Bob, sends it wide, Hennessy over the top once more. Lebanon scrambling admirably, and they get the touch as well, showing them the sideline. There's a lot of support here as well for the Lebanese side. A lot of the neutrals here have jumped on the bandwagon, if you will. Hennessy bombing long. What a pass from Hennessy. Right on the money. Out into the hands here of Francis, but I think they'll call it back, will they? No, it's confirmed here. What a ball from Hennessy.
Yeah, this is picked up in the first third of the width of the pitch, and he's just gone 2/3 of that with that long ball, so it's insane. They've hit link twice, and now they've gone long ball, and that's how they got the score.
So it's taken a little while here, 4.5 minutes before Australia could crack the Lebanese side here. Francis getting the try, and a strong contact here from Australia, and then stepping up a little bit too quickly. More pressure now on the Emus line. A good chance here for Lebanon. They'll start this set around about 15 metres away, and they've got some of those big guns on deck. Junior Catalano out here in that right wing position. Azzy now with ball in hand. Stutter steps, has the dummy, drops it down quickly at speed here now, Lebanon, and shown away here with the touch from Cridlin. Building here, Lebanon. Catalano Cut out pass. Oh, Stanton was on the spot. The old legs nearly carried him across the line. He's not known for his speed, but he certainly is known for his smarts.
I think that kind of went forward, but the referee's given a penalty to Lebanon here. So I think they need to be looking to get over there here now for a try. When they were playing the England Men's Open yesterday, they were looking at a lot of 23s and 23 quickies and middle quickies. And they've got a sweeper here.
So now backtracking just a little bit here with JP Catalano. Back to Catalano once more. Good footwork, very sharp off the right foot. Back onto the 7. They'll take it to this left-hand side. Azzy ushering players back underneath. Finds one in the form of Catalano. Here comes Azzy, finding another opportunity here for Junior Catalano. Just turned away once more. They're asking questions though, Lebanon.
Yeah, they are, and they're making their link shut, and the wing didn't shut on the far side, so the link hole was on.
Catalano dropping it down. Now JP Catalano sending it wide. Was there a touch there in flight from Australia? No, they just pulled the fingertips away, but they've got them a little bit rattled here, Lebanon. They are asking a lot of questions with ball in hand.
Yeah, what a great start from Lebanon. I know they conceded one, but the defence has been great. Their attack was really good then. I think that link hole is on at the moment, so it'll be interesting to see if they figure that out.
And now a short little pass here for Notley. Notley is bumped off his run there.
I think he made a meal deal out of this one.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. And that's what the referee is saying. Good to see there. So play on is the call. Last one now for Australia. Floating long once more. They've got a 2-on-1 overlap. Oh, volleyball style back over the top.
That's a great touch.
Basketball pass, but Lebanon once more come up clutch right on their try line.
How good's this defence by the Lebanese winger over there? He's ran out, got the long ball, he's got the tap back, and then he's got the agility to go back for a third attempt. That is insane out there.
Here it is again on the replay, just floating it over the top. Having a look there, I think it might have been Luke Mansour. Now, I believe he plays for Parramatta usually, and he's made some great reads in the New South Wales State Cup back in Australia. And, of course, a lot of this contingent of Lebanon coming out of Australia, utilising the Lebanese heritage, and Stanton coming right forward. Heavy contact there on Francis, who's the sole try scorer here. Stanton just letting them know that he's not backing down here. None of the Lebanese side are. They've really come out with a point to prove. The little dummy comes off here. Will come back for an infraction. And Australia can now work it upfield. But inside the opening 8 minutes here, great signs from the Minnows.
Yeah, they're pushing Australia back as well. And they're actually frustrating Australia in certain aspects of the game, especially midfield. You could see Francis actually getting annoyed there when Stanton was giving him some chat. So it'll be interesting to see how composed Australia can be in this last half of this first half.
Now Ben Bowen getting all the way through for a moment. Here is Australia then passing it out wide. Oh, Francis has spilt his lollies right over the line. In fact, it's not Francis out there now, it's Kenny, who's just come on as a replacement. And that's not the way you want to introduce yourself to the action.
Absolutely not, but then Lebanon give themselves a problem by giving away a turnover. So Australia will have the ball, but from there, the Australia had good hands. It's just unfortunate there that they didn't score.
The Griffin sends it to the middle here for Jardel Bob. The two Bob boys are so dangerous. Ben Bow out there as well. Jardel Bob now drops it down, receives it back here. In fact, they'll go direct here with Griffin, trying to charge all the way through. A little bit of extra tension there too after things had come to an end there from Catalano.
Well, both of these teams played together, well, not together, against each other a lot in Australia in different club sides, so they're going to know each other really well, and they're a little bit of...
Drop down now here from Griffin, who finds a lovely ball here, and they'll squeeze through on this occasion. Nothing they could do to stop that raid. Terrifically found from Griffin. And it is the GOAT himself, Dylan Hennessy, gets across the line.
Yeah, he chops a nice hole, doesn't he, there? He just goes through hole one, and the link just couldn't bite in to go to just defend that. So, good score.
Just outstanding movement here from Hennessy. A step with the ball still in flight, but there's a lot of good chat around the box here as well from Lebanon. They're confident in what they've seen inside the opening 9 or so minutes. They really think they've got a good shot at this one, but just hanging around the Lebanese camp just before tap-off here, they were adamant. It wasn't necessarily about the result here. It was about giving 100% on every single play and pushing the Aussies no matter what the end score might be. So now here come Lebanon, dropping it down. Little short pass here on the offering for Catalano, who then promotes it further, still here for Bakos. Back towards the middle, Australia trying to take the intercept, and they end up with it. Hands underneath it before the ball hit the deck.
Yeah, Lebanon have played the same play a couple of times now. They've sent the sweeper to the short side, come back long side, and this time they actually look for the link. but the defending link of Australia just gets up in the channel, which is good defence.
Australia now into Lebanon's half. Quick roll ball too there from Edwards, and now they've got numbers on this left-hand edge, but just can't quite seem to click into gear here, and that is a testament to that strong defensive pressure from Lebanon.
Yeah, Australia aren't getting everything their own way, are they, at the moment? So they're pushing the Australians back. They're not allowing the Australians to get the yards that they want, whereas they are doing this right now.
Bumelum bring it forward, and now Tachi, who's been very strong in the opening exchanges, rolls it quickly, and they've earned another penalty here, Lebanon.
Is the referee going to start sending people to the box for all these hard touches? Because there's been a fair few already. So it'll be interesting to see what the referees do to just try and control this a little bit more.
Well, there's a lot of feeling in this one. As you mentioned, Ben Meakin, plenty of these players do take on one another back in Australia. It's a large contingency for Lebanon, who are out of, in particular, Western Sydney in New South Wales.
Referee's seen something. I think it was a forward pass.
And that'll just really put a dampener on the atmosphere here. Everyone was really riding that home, but that forward pass has just made everyone recalibrate things a little bit, including both Australia and Lebanon on the pitch.
Doesn't feel like there's any supporters watching any other game at the moment. Everyone's around this pitch watching this one. Everyone knows it's a big game for the tournament.
Ball comes Griffin, drops it down, and now working at frightening pace here. The Aussies, they've clicked into gear, sending it wide. What a ball. Kenny's on the spot. Oh, has he bounced it? I think he's bounced it there. Kenny once more leaves it behind. No, they're going to award it.
Interesting call there. Both referees were certain. Even the winger didn't really complain about it. The Lebanese winger, it's a great long ball. He's got so much time. Let's just see this.
Oh, I think they've got that wrong. There's a gap there. It's come free of the mitts of Kenny. It'll still stand, but that's a poor call ultimately here from the referees. It's a little bobble there. There was definitely separation, so I'll have to try and put that out of their minds here, Lebanon.
How good's the camera angles that we've got here at this World Cup, though?
Before they come once more, a little opportunity now for Bakos, and Bakos unfortunately can't capitalise on it. Turned away here, but after about 12 and a half minutes here, this is definitely emerging as one of the games of the tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Lebanon were just trying to run the same play, but on the opposite side. I'd like them to try and just maybe change it up now. Maybe give the link quickie or actually give the sweeper and see what happens, but we'll see.
So now out it comes wider still for Cridlin, and they'll switch the emphasis now out on that right-hand side, really moving at pace now, Australia. But that pass just goes behind the supporting link. Goes to ground here, and 3-0 the score remains. So a little bit of conjecture about that most recent try, but Lebanon, they are still well and truly in the hunt here. They just need to get there first, and I think that'll do them the world of good.
I absolutely agree as well. I think they're if they get that first one, they'll then get 2 and 3, and that'll really put the pressure on Australia. And as Pete Norman, no, it looks like it was an incorrect roll ball. We're both looking at each other here thinking it should have been a penalty to Lebanon, but the referees have seen something that we haven't.
So Australia once more camped in enemy territory. They must hold out here, Lebanon. They've been so valiant inside the opening 13 minutes. Little bit has gone against them as well in terms of the rub of the green, but they can hold firm here. Anything can still happen. There's a long way to go before that final siren. So another set to come here, though, for Australia. Hennessy back to the middle. Now popping a little pass here for Norman. Once more for Hennessy, draw and pass. Lovely work there from Dylan Hennessy, who just committed the defence, opened up a bit of a gap, and Australia now have their fourth.
Yeah, on the back of a penalty there, Australians just run a 32. We're going to see it here, just nicely separate the two middles. They run along, and it's just everyone's on the outside. The wing just can't snipe in to get that link, making the score. So nice from the Australians, just playing simple touch there, going back to basics, and that's what Australia do very well.
Lebanon now with a bit of work to do. They've started rapidly, but Australia gradually getting into their groove. A chance now to hit back, though, as Azzi bounces around through the middle. One-handed scoop, lovely pass. Catalano goes long early, popping it back towards the middle, then whacked down there from Australia. And Kenny with eyes of steel as well off the back of it.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen the same from the Lebanese and the far wing defending. He's had to defend 2 or 3 turns, so his agility on that far side was insane. So he's definitely stopped the try, and that's what they're there to do.
So Catalano now sends it on here for Azzi. JP Catalano out on this right-hand side as Junior wraps around, goes very close to the line. Now, were they back there, Australia? That's why Catalano ran directly at that player. And ultimately, Marshall King is called to be onside there.
I like that play from Lebanon, though, that every time they've gone open side, so this time they actually try and pick on that defender, on that link, making the touch.
Azzy, passive out the back. Catalano flings it over the head. A chance here for Lebanon. They're all diving for him. And I think they make an incredible touch mid-air here, Australia. There's an issue as well for one of the defenders. I think it might be Marshall King.
Yeah, he's just landed on his shoulder by the looks of it. Hopefully he's okay. I think they're all calling for physios, so we need to see if he's okay.
Robert Nackler with an acrobatic attempt here in the corner. And yeah, it is Marshall King coming across and just landing awkwardly on the shoulder. And straight away an issue, but he's back to his feet now, which is good to see as the applause rings out. And I'll tell you what, the crowd here is absolutely engrossed in this contest.
Absolutely. So are the Australian defence. Tell me they don't care about this game at all. 2 players flying at that winger to make sure he doesn't score. They want to keep it to 0, and they have done it with those 2 flying efforts.
Well, hopefully Marshall King will be all right to continue for the rest of this tournament. There's a lot of big matches still to play, as now it comes Weiner here from Bakos, and then Bakos finding support in that link position. Now roll it back now here from Azzy. All the way out to George Azzy. Drop down once more. There's an opportunity on this short side. Azzy runs out of real estate, plays it quickly. They'll float it wide once again, popping up over the top, but the Aussies are swarming like ants at the moment.
They are scrambling left, right and centre, and it's really nice to see that people are putting these Aussies under pressure. It's really good to see it's not just New Zealand that are going to come here and put these Aussies under pressure. So this is a great game, and I'm really happy to be a commentator on this one. Hennessy
up over halfway. That's the man they need to watch now as they promote this ball further forward. Last one now for Australia. Moving at pace once more. Or Hennessy went for the flick pass. Up in the passing lane to shut it down. There was Mansour. He had his back turned, but they'll still rule 6 again here for Australia. Yeah, he had his back turned. I'd feel harsh if I was that winger, but actually, does he stop the pass to score? Potentially, so that's what the referee has adjudicated here. I think it was a little bit of gamesmanship there as well, just turning the back right at the end. So they might have seen through that there, the referees, as Hennessy brings it forward once more. Now Courtney floating it wide, unmarked once more here as Francis turns it back on the inside. And Australia, as slick as you like, Peter Norman, the captain of Queensland and an Aussie legend, gets across the line. Yeah, it's some of the Australian old boys here still running hard. It's a counties play from Dylan Hennessy into a passive into Pete Norman. 2-on-1 to Francis, who then gives the ball back inside to Norman. So everyone's following the passes and making sure that they've got options everywhere. There's not a great deal between these two sides. It might be 5-0 on the scoreboard now, but you can take off one of those tries, which shouldn't have counted ultimately for Kenny. And outside of that, Lebanon testing the Australian defence time and time again. It's just those probably 1 or 2% difference at the moment between the two teams as Catalano sends it wide and Australia scramble very early and make the touch. Yeah, ultimately that 1 and 2% is actually on each other's try line. Lebanon can't get across. Oh, here we go, the intercept. Lebanon run away with it. They've called him back though. He's offside. Well, it would have been inches in it. It's very tight there because Jonathan Wiebe read that like a book and ran off with it. There it is on the replay. Oh, it's hard to tell. Yeah, we can't see the offside line that the referee had set, so we're going to make sure that he must be right. Bob now, out of acting half. Little ball here for Benbow. Played quickly here for Jardel. Bob once more bringing forward Catalano, a strong two-hand touch. Now Griffin stepping off the right, batted on from the Aussies and nearly into the waiting arms there of Kenny. But they'll turn them away, and with only around about 30 seconds remaining, overall an outstanding first half here from both sides. Yeah, absolutely. I think going into the second half, if Lebanon can just work on their line attack, that's where they'll get some scores. And then we've got a game on our hands. At midfield, they're both very similar. It's just that line attack I think Lebanon need to just work a bit harder on. Now Catalano picking up and scooting. Great hands there in the end as well from Charbel Azzy, who nearly went all the way through. But the Aussies once more, any gaps that are emerging, they shut them very quickly here. And we know against Australia, you need to be just about perfect. The thing is, Lebanon have been just about perfect. Yeah, they have, and they as Dylan scoops through on last play. And that one is cleared away, so that should bring an end to proceedings here in the first half. But There's a lot of encouraging signs here for Lebanon. In fact, we might get one more play in here before the break itself. So one final test for the Lebanese defensive line as Hennessy brings it forward and now offers a little short pass. They've still got them strapped for numbers here. They'll pop it back to the middle. All of a sudden, opportunities galore here for Australia. Well read, though, from Luke Mansour, who jammed in and wasn't going to let Hennessy have his own way.
He took man-hand ball, didn't he, there? He made sure he couldn't get that pass away, and it was last play, so getting the ball was absolutely fine in this instance.
So what a cracking contest here. Frenetic pace about things. And just end-to-end, Lebanon just a little off the pace in terms of Australia, but if they can make those corrections at half-time, it is game on.
Yeah, I just think it's fine margins in line attack that Lebanon are down by 5-0. Australia have been clinical. Lebanon just need to find that the small clinical side to them.
So at the break here, the Giants, the 9-time reigning World Cup champions Australia, leading a very spirited Lebanon outfit, 5-0. We'll take a quick break and see if the Aussies can hold on, or can we see a comeback for the ages from the Lebanese.
I love Nottingham, the home of Robin Hood. From the bright lights of Goose Fair to the peaceful nature of the Sherwood Forest woods. There's a feeling of togetherness, unity, pure, honest, love. And that feels great like a bright summer's day at the horses down by the lake at Colic. All I love Nottingham. The River Trent, the embankment, the Nottingham Carnival, different cultures dancing. The diversity, just walking down Columbus Street on a Saturday. The two lions in the square stand tall with pride. And when the markets in town come alive, it gives me life. Listen, as the council house clock chimes, and depending on how many times, lets you know the time. I've been to concerts at the Motorpoint Arena, and I've been to concerts at the Nottingham Caves. I've been here all my life and I'm still amazed by this place. I love Nottingham. Sometimes I stare at Hoxley's graffiti colourful walls, and sometimes I gaze at the deers running round Woollerton Hall. Supreme thrills, from chilling up at Green's Mill or up at that castle on the hill. Nottingham, I love you, and I always will.
Visit Nottingham today.
So what does it mean to you? The time?
Sweat. The passion.
The thrill?
The determination.
The support.
The camaraderie.
But there's so much more than that.
We're playing for something bigger.
You ready?
Welcome back here to Nottingham. A spirited Lebanon putting up a fight here against 9-time World Cup winners, Australia. They haven't had it all their own way. 5-0 at the break. It is still up in the air, but geez, they'll have to be very sharp in this second half here, Lebanon, to pull it out of the fire.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got line attack. They got tap off straight away, so it'll be interesting to see if they make any tweaks or changes to their line attack, because I think that's where this game is being won and lost at the moment.
James Preston here with you alongside Ben Meakin. It's been a great first half here, a terrific contest. And we are 20 minutes away from finding out whether Lebanon can stage one of the greatest upsets of all time They've certainly rattled the Aussies at multiple occasions in this one as Azzi now bounces around. Catalano waiting out there on that right-hand edge. Now receives it, drops it down. Quick play the ball, floated over the top, great ball, and then promoted back toward the middle. They just got a touch in time. Almost would have liked to have seen the link collapse directly to ground and have a crack himself, though.
I think he scores. We couldn't see the winger coming in.
So now here's another chance for Lebanon once more. They look to go long, taken by Notley, though, and Notley's off for the prize. Here comes Catalano, great speed, makes the touch, and adds a little extra as well and nearly takes the cap off. Well, they're asking for a forced sub here, the Aussies. Catalano's apologising, though.
He knew instantly. As he was running off, he's put his hands in the air. We're interested to see what the referee makes of this call.
I'd like to see perhaps a little bit of understanding here. It has been played in good spirit, a very hard-fought battle. Catalano here just also clutching at a left hamstring. I don't think it'll be a sin bin, if you will. Looks to be a forced sub, and he was probably on his way off the sideline anyway, though, here, Catalano.
Yeah, a bit of a warning, that was all. But it was nice from Lebanon. They actually changed it up. Instead of going from link moves, they've actually gone into a 32 platform and looking to go open side. So a bit of a change up straight away as Australia get on the 7.
Luke Kane once more looking dangerous, sends it wide. Well matched up, though, from Robert Nackler, who makes the touch. Another very experienced campaigner here for Lebanon. As it comes forward now for the Aussies once more. Oh, Griffin with a lovely bullet ball, but just hits the deck. Geez, he can really fire it out of a cannon. We know that Hennessy can, but Griffin has stepped up here.
Yeah, it was a great, insane pass. Should Hennessy have gone through as Lebanon just making a mistake coming out of their own half, so Australia will have the ball.
And that's gone to ground here for Lebanon. They haven't made too many errors, but hopefully this one doesn't come back to hurt them here. Australia still with those big guns on deck, including Hennessy. Russell is out there too. Here is Dylan Hennessy now, and they're all offside here, the Lebanese, so more time down this end of the field. Now restart it here through Corey Russell. Russell brings it forward. Griffin once more back to Russell, stepping away off that left foot. There's another penalty here against Lebanon. This one is inside the 7, so that's one count in that department. Hennessy now. Bouncing around. Up they step to meet him. Dropped off here for Luke Kane. Hennessy once more. Taken there from Lebanon. A good read. They stepped up in the line and shut it down. Now the Lebanese marching upfield here. Another good start to proceedings here as the veteran Robert Nackler brings it forward and then hops in at acting half. Azzi on the charge for, but they've let all that pressure release.
Yeah, they was just caught not square there as they were trying to run the latch on this near side. They couldn't get their hip square, so changeover for Australia.
Now, Jardel Bob bringing it for Griffin. Nice little sidestep there and then picking up another 5 or 6 metres. He's moving so fluently out there. Once more, those reinforcements arrive. Dropped off now from Pete Norman. Norman at first receiver towards the middle. They'll cut out Norman. Great read, though, from Robert Nackler. Jamming in off the wing. One more to see off here now for Lebanon. They'll go back the same way here, trying to exhaust the likes of Nackler. And there's a touch made, though, from Lebanon. And that's wonderful scramble in the end from the Lebanese. Meters now on offer out of their own end. The ball comes free, and there's a penalty, and they've earned that.
Good couple of sets there by Lebanon. Good defensive set, coming out of their own half, gained a penalty, and they're looking to punish that now.
So Stanton plays it quickly. Nackler also there to pop it up and continue on the momentum here with Sharbel Azzi. Another penalty coming the way of Lebanon now. A chance to just set up camp here.
Yeah, absolutely. Back-to-back penalties, so I'd like to see if they go back to those 32s, platforms.
Catalano bringing it forward here for Lebanon. Just shy of that 7-metre mark. Out here for Jason Stanton, 48-year-old. Still looking in peak physical condition here. And he'll have a little crack at them himself and showing it. And then Azzi just shoved there with some force as well from Justin Cridlin. We've certainly seen those called as a forceful touch and a forced sub for that matter.
Yeah, I think if it wasn't in this game, it probably would have been, but there's been a few let go. And does he go through here?
He does here. Catalano finds an opening and Lebanon capitalise. They're on the board here. It's put down by Ryan Goss, and the Lebanese have a try.
Yeah, so at half-time we said Lebanon needs to start running something else to come for a 32 play here and just go through hole one behind the back of the middles. Does he get a touch? They're claiming it. Referee says he doesn't. Hey, Australia got a fortunate one in that first half. Let's give it to Lebanon in the second half.
I think it comes off Australia here. They were jamming in to try and put on a bit of pressure. The ball touches the base of the hand and then falls in the path there of Goss. So you've got to take the opportunities where they present themselves, and Lebanon have done that here.
Yeah, we're just hearing the Lebanese here just say little wins, and that's absolutely right. They're doing the right thing at the right time. It's just whether they can force a few more mistakes to get a few more penalties in this second half.
Some meters here from Bakos as now up they come through Bumelum. Bumelum into enemy territory now. Scooped up here from Tachi and sent out to that right-hand side. Building nicely in this set here at Lebanon. Last one now. Catalano switching the emphasis here with Tachi. Pops it back to the middle. Not played out, though, from the Aussies. Ball to ground.
Nice tight defence there from the Aussies. They went man on, so there was no options to hit holes.
Now promoting the ball out towards their subs box here. Haven't seen too much as of yet from Dylan Hennessy. A few classy plays from him, but not quite the involvement we might have expected coming into this one. It's been the likes of Griffin and co who have stood up instead. Lovely ball over the top. They'll keep promoting the pass. Oh, Nackler once more does a great job to make the touch here, just as Kenny was falling towards the line.
That hand was wafting everywhere, and he made the touch, and there must be a penalty here for Lebanon. A couple of people in the ruck, so, and again, another penalty for Lebanon.
The Aussies definitely rattled here. Lebanon putting up a great showing, and realistically, there probably should be one less try on the board too. So, score 5-1 could easily be 4-1 here, and Lebanon are building once more. Goss, the try scorer so far, has the ball in two hands. Back to Catalano, played out there from Jake Notley. And that was very close once more to opening up. So, Stanton out there now for the Lebanese. Alongside Catalano. Stanton back here for Goss. Catalano wrapping around. Stanton plays it very quickly here. Now floating it out to this right-hand side. An opportunity well read there from both Australia and also Stanton with an early release.
That early release was insane from Stanton.
Here he is once more, Jason Stanton. Directing traffic, hopping in at acting half. Floats it over the top here for Goss, but Australia slid across very quickly. Last one now for Lebanon. Back toward the middle. Oh, flick pass came out and nearly arrived in the hands of Stanton.
I think 2 years ago Stanton scores that. No, lovely setup play by Lebanon. Again, I really like their change up in this second half, and that's what's causing a few troubles to the Australian defence.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned there. 2 years ago, Stanton might have caught it. That was when the comeback started for Jason Stanton. He came back in the New South Wales Cup playing, I believe, in the over 45. So to now arrive on the World Cup stage 2 years later at the age of 48 in the men's opens, it's just an inspiring story. And here he is again, bringing it forward.
Not
now
just playing,
Catalano.
Competing at this level as well.
That's the big thing. He certainly hasn't looked out of place so far, Jason Stanton. In fact, he's been directing a lot of the shots. Here he is. Supplying a pass now for Azzi once more. Azzi picks it up and has a crack at them. Lovely face ball, but Hennessy marked up well. Good cycling here, though, from Lebanon. Back towards the middle. Touch occurs here on Bakos. Oh, great ball, but Hennessy read it well. Picked it up, and now here's a bit of a foot race. There's numbers in support. Hennessy promoting it. Back to Kenny. Tries to find a little ball back on the inside. And look at Mansour letting him know all about it.
How quick is Mansour, by the way? He has gone full field. He's changed direction twice, and he's forced that fumble. It is so quick.
What a contest this is as Tachi comes forward. There is a lot of feeling involved between these two sides as well. Tachi now working through the middle. Once more gets it off here for Bumelum. Oh, great footwork from Catalano. Floats it over the top. It's batted on, but had he simply taken the ball and dived across the line, he scores.
I think that's twice now Lebanon have done that. They've got into really, really good positions in just a bit of spatial awareness, and he'd been able to put that ball down. But Lebanon are doing the right thing to get into those spaces, so that's another mini win that they'll talk about.
Well, I think this has been the quickest match we've seen in the tournament so far. Can you believe it, Ben Meakin? There's only 10 minutes left.
It is flown by.
So Australia now will get an extra set here, pretty much from a tap-off position right on the halfway mark as Griffin comes forward. Griffin given a bit of extra attention there from Shahab El Azzi as now comes out here for Bob and then sending it back on this left-hand side here for Russell. Taking off all. Bob was an option back through the middle, but the ball goes to ground and again Lebanon have been pinged for an offside.
We're just chuckling in the sideline. Lebanon just saying how rubbish Australia are. It's really good banter. I'm loving this.
So once more goes to ground now, and Bob will have an opportunity to restart things. Lebanon, they've got to be careful here. They don't want a man sat down. Bob brings the foot. Oh, great footwork from Bob. Tachi is called offside. Bob plays through, and the sharp feet produce a result. So 6-1 the score now. This will look great on the replay here. Jardel Bob, one of the younger members of this Emu side. And look at the footwork here, Ben Meakin.
Yeah, it's a good call by the referee. Doesn't really make it onside. I've been talking about Bob, watching Bob for a while. And this tournament, he's actually not had as much involvement as he does with the CQ balls. But what he does here, he just steps and does what he does best and just steps and steps again.
And now, little short pass here provided for Goss. The sole try scorer so far for Lebanon. Catalano juggled it momentarily, got it back, now picks it up out of acting half. Great ball from Catalano, well read though from the Emus. They'll play it quickly. There's a man on the deck here. It's Notley who's clutching at a knee, and that's not good to see here for Jake Notley. Good sportsmanship too from Catalano, getting in there quickly. Back to his feet though. I'm surprised he's back to his feet. He let out a scream as well.
Yeah, he's just going off the bat now, so physios will be over there to have a look at him. Hopefully he's okay for the rest of the tournament.
Well, they've had a few injuries in this match here, the Australians. It's been played at a frenetic pace and with a lot of physicality. Of course, Marshall King already succumbing to a shoulder injury, so now an issue here for Notley too. Good thing they've got a big squad, the Aussies.
Yeah, they're experienced enough to get through these kind of problems. They've done it enough. We haven't seen Marshall King since that injury though, so they are down by 2 at the moment in terms of players, not on the scoreline.
Forward they march once more here through Edwards. Now a run for Luke Kane. Kane receiving it back once more, showing it out on this right-hand side, turns it back to the left. Nice quick play the ball as Kane once more waiting in acting half, sends it back out to this left-hand side. Big step. Now once more here for Edwards, turned away to the middle. Hennessy looking to launch now. Hennessy, good footwork. Finds Edwards again. Great pressure here again from Lebanon, though. They step up, read it well, and Azzi is on the spot.
Yeah, good defence again from Lebanon. They Dylan Hennessy just waiting for a counties play. Steps back. Everyone went man on.
So Benbow made the touch there on Catalano, who had a little bit to say to him as well after those two came together. He's now brought forward here from Bakos, who then picks it up nice and swiftly out of acting half. Great pass over the top. Poppy it back on the inside. That's a third one that's gone begging here for Lebanon. Had they converted all of them, we'd be looking at a 5-4 scoreline.
Yeah, we talked about this at the half-time. Just Lebanon being clinical and Australia being clinical, and there's just those 1% margins. Just getting that score there as they go at the line.
Bakos once more having a little crack at them. I got to say, Ben, they're not too far off here,
These
Lebanon.
are all huge wins, not mini wins. These are huge wins for Lebanon, and they'll be taking this for the rest of the tournament.
The Stanton caught here and turns back now to that 7-metre mark. Closing in on the final 5 minutes here. It's still not done as of yet. Bakos will drop it down. Azzi tries to fire a pass only as far as the arms of Luke Kane, and now he's off for the prize. Kane didn't have the speed though, and once more Luke Mansour just blistering pace, gets there in time, and it was all too easy in the end as Hennessy now steps off the right foot a couple of times, opening up the pace but now slows it down. Little ball here for Russell. Russell bouncing back towards that left-hand side of the field as the reinforcements arrive here for Australia. Bob picks it up. Good read once again here from Catalano. It was JP who shot out of the line and made the touch.
Tell you what, Luke Mansour is my quickest player of the tournament so far, and he's done it multiple times this game as well.
I've seen Luke Kane go the distance a number of times playing in New South Wales, but He must have known Luke Mansour was thereabouts.
He got him with so much ease.
So Bob now jumping around, puts that one on the deck and the ball rolls. But again here, Lebanon pinged. They really haven't been getting these 50-50 calls here.
No, they haven't.
So Bob now sends it out to this right-hand side. Pete Norman drops it back. Griffin, oh, lovely hands from Griffin. Smooth as you could possibly like. Silk out there from Harry Griffin. A lovely delivery, and James Courtney capitalises.
Yeah, so it's the same move, that it's a different move than what the Aussies been running, but similar to what Lebanon were running in the first half. It goes sweeper on the link and potentially just picking on a couple of the older players from the Lebanese team and just getting them short side.
In fairness to Robert Nackler, though, he's probably saved about 3 tries.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
So around about 4 minutes to go here. Australia have probably got this one sewn up now. Clock might beat Lebanon here, but they'll take a lot out of this performance. Lovely pass here from Bumelum. And turned away. One more to see off now for Australia.
Francis is into link actually for Australia, so those injuries means Francis had to come into link.
He's been spending the bulk of his time out on the wing here, along with Malcolm Kenny.
I think it's some of the NTL games he plays out in the middle or link as well, so he'll be experienced enough to do this.
So touch is made as they send it back towards the middle now. Good meters here from Australia. Oh, little bobble there. Did it touch the deck or was there a foot underneath? No, there is the late call. So they're on the spot here, the officials.
Good call by the official. I think Jardel Bob just got a little hard touch to the side of the head there as well. So I think that impacted it, but referees didn't see it, and it's a tap for Lebanon again.
Just see there in the background as well, the amount of supporters who have come to check out this game. Nobody's left either. They are absolutely captivated by this contest, as are we here in the box. As now it comes out once more for Bumelum.
Yeah,
drops it down.
How good is Sunday going to be on finals day?
Bumelum once more having a little look at them. Catalano running it offside markers. This one should be a play through. Catalano's picked it nicely. They'll double check here. And there's an issue now here as well for JP Catalano, who hasn't got back to his feet. Here it is again on the replay. Bumelum brings it up. Catalano there on the first receive. There's no way he's got back in time. Oh, I think the ball may come out just short of the try line.
That's the benefit of the replay. The referees haven't got that, so we'll see what they decide in a minute. Just make sure that he is okay. I know sideline referee was nodding his head. I'm not sure whether that was a nod of the head for a score or a nod of the head for the roll ball. It's
saying
just
a nod
roll ball
for the touch here,
yeah.
Which I don't think there was a touch at all. It's either a turnover or a try. Lebanon will maintain possession here as they float it back to this left-hand side. Again, a good opportunity there for Andre Bakos. Geez, there's been a lot of close calls here for the Emus.
I can see the Lebanese coaches in front of them. If they had a hat or hair, it would either be out or on the floor. And they must be so proud of this effort at the moment. They're putting the Australians under so much pressure.
The Catalano now back on the inside. All good touch made in the end there. Once more, it was Cridlin. He's done some great work defensively in this game. So only around about 80 seconds remaining now here. Lebanon spent a fair bit of time up this end of the field. They can certainly hold their heads high. What an outstanding performance from a team coming to this tournament. Many were suggesting might be a dark horse. Well, now that is confirmed.
Oh, I don't think they're a dark horse anymore, are they? They're well and truly in the hunt, not just for a bronze, for that silver and gold medal place.
Oh, the intercept taken though here for Australia.
Here,
now Catalano coming across, and Mansour again, just so quick. Chewed up the ground as easy as you like, but there's still an issue here for the Lebanese side.
I reckon he's going to Paris after this for the 100 metres.
Oh, we don't need Rowan Browning. We can just get Luke Mansour involved. I know he's got citizenship here in Australia too, so take your pick. I'm not sure who the runner is for Lebanon, but either way, he could represent either nation based on the speed. Now a ball back here for Bob. Drops it down. Kane at first receiver. They cut him out. Fine Hennessy. And that is from the top shelf there for Lebanon. And even the Lebanese, I should say, are applauding that one because Australia have found the mark. And that is exceptional.
Yeah, this pass is insane, isn't it? It puts it across everybody's body, and Hennessy doesn't actually have to do anything apart from catch it, dot it down. So, great way to finish for the Australians.
So there is the final siren as he takes the touch. Wow, what a performance here from both sides. Arguably the game of the tournament, Ben Meakin.
Especially in the men's open grade. That just shows that people can compete with Australia, and I think they're going to compete all the way until that bronze and silver gold medal match.
So in just a moment, we'll catch up with a member of both the Australian side and also the Lebanese side. Ben Meakin, give your assessment on how that game played out, though.
It's